All right, welcome to another edition of Let's Talk Game with SCSM. Today's guest, we mentioned her last podcast with Briona May, not a stranger to Charlotte, but you're going to find out so much about her, so many great things. She's a great person. I know it. As soon as I met her, as soon as I hugged her, as soon as I saw her wheeling that big Cadillac in our parking garage, I knew like, hey, she's special. And so I want to welcome Briona May to Let's Talk Game, and it's going to be a great show, a fun show. This is going to be part 2 of Mommy Business, and I kind of gave you all a insight into how it is that I flow as a mom, as an entrepreneur, as a wife. And I thought it was a great segment to continue with Briona while she was in Charlotte. She flew in. She has an event this weekend at Topgolf, and we're going to get into more of that. But just letting you hear from a different vantage point what it takes to be a mom entrepreneur and how she maneuvers that. And so we're just going to get right into it. Welcome, Briona.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Charlotte's beautiful. Our arms are out. The weather's peaking. How does it feel to be back?
Oh, I miss it. I truly do. I really miss it a lot. I wasn't expecting the weather to be this cold, though. I mean, today is different. When we landed on Monday,
yeah,
we came in shorts. My son was in shorts, and I walked out from baggage claim, and I was like, oh my gosh, this weather is no joke. I think it was like 40 degrees.
It was.
It was cold, but
yeah.
I heard like lately the weather's been fluctuating. But I miss it out here. I definitely do.
We miss you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna jump right into it. Like, we're both entrepreneurs. Mm-hmm. We have 2 young toddlers. I have an 18-month-old. You have a 16-month-old. Mm-hmm. And boys, I have a boy and a girl. So
very
boys
energetic.
can be a lot. Yeah.
Oh yes, my son is all over the place, jumping and hopping, and he is not scared of anything.
Yeah.
Like he hurts himself, bumps his head. I'd be like, oh, like he gets right back up and does it again. I'm like, okay, you know what? Took me a minute to learn that. Like, don't worry. Like when he falls, I just be like, okay, come on, get back up.
Yeah.
But he's definitely a daredevil.
Me too. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's the same, like, because you want to instill toughness, but also letting them know, okay, you're safe with me, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. So let's talk about, okay, you became a mom. I don't know. Do you want to share your age?
My age? Yeah, I'm 25.
Okay, she's 25. She's young.
I conceived Kingston at 23.
Okay.
Delivered him at 24. I really wanted to have a baby at 25. I had that in my head, like, I'm going to have kids at 25. I even told my boyfriend, he's like, Brie, don't say that. You just never know what could happen. And he's right. 23, I conceived. 24, I delivered.
So today is about you, but like walk us through, okay, hey, young mom, 23, an amazing mom.
Thank
I'm gonna
you.
say and I think, and that's another thing that I want to talk about later on, like what you can perceive over social media and what reality really looks like. But I'm gonna say you're an amazing mom. I mean, we're just trading stories about breastfeeding. Mm-hmm. How many people out there breastfeed, right? Yes. And so I mean, yeah, and that's
it's a full-time job.
That's a full-time
mm-hmm.
job. So you're using your body, you're using your time. But let's talk us through, like, okay, well, hey, you I'm gonna let you tell us a story about, hey, you fell in love. It wasn't expected. Mm-hmm. How that changed your life and got you up to where you are now, and then we'll go from there.
Okay. Sorry, I gotta clear my throat. So I met my boyfriend. Actually met him through social media.
Mm-hmm.
He DM'd me, totally unexpected. At this time, I was like working. I was working at Marquee in Las Vegas. I was wild. Everybody knows I was wild. If they follow me on Instagram, you knew, like, I was always in the club, like, always partying. Like, you really couldn't tell me nothing at that age. Then after that, I still knew my boyfriend, and I got offered to do a reality TV show, which was on VH1. It's with The Game, and it was called She's Got Game. I called my boyfriend at the time, and I said, well, my boyfriend at the time now. He wasn't my boyfriend then. Mm-hmm. And I said, how do you feel about me going on reality TV? He wasn't my boyfriend, so I really didn't need any validation from him, but I knew I liked him, and I knew eventually I wanted to start something with him. Maybe the timing was wrong right now, but I did ask him. I was like, how do you feel about it? He's like, do what's best for you. He couldn't really tell me no. He was out doing his own thing. I think this was like his rookie year of football here mm-hmm. with Panthers, and I kind of just took off and I went to the show. At that time, we couldn't have cell phones, so I couldn't talk to him until the show was even over with. Mm-hmm. So I felt kind of disconnected. But anyways, so blah, 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 blah. The show was over. We took things more serious. After I did She's Got Game, I flew out to see him more. we, you know, it was just a fling. But we started getting closer and closer and closer. Eventually, like, I was staying for months at a time, and then it became longer and longer and longer. We finally decided, it was a mutual thing, of course. I decided I want to have a baby.
Yeah.
You know, so we were all for it. This is a lot of information, but we were on vacation.
It's real.
Yeah.
It's real.
I didn't know too much about conceiving or how to... I thought you could have a baby anytime, honestly. I thought, you know, you do it, you can have a baby. No. So I went and got ovulation tests because literally we were doing it after my period, and I guess that's wrong. I guess you don't ovulate right after your period. So I got the ovulation test, and it was like the 5-day ovulation test, and we literally did it every single day. And we went to Fort Lauderdale, and I took a test. It was like a week before my period. I took a test because I had drank some alcohol. Me and him had went out to the club. I wasn't feeling good. I usually don't throw up with alcohol. I wasn't feeling good. So I took a test. It said negative.
Yeah.
So I was kind of, you know, like bummed out because we put all that work in.
Yeah.
Okay, people don't understand. It takes when you're trying to conceive, it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I left because at the time we were not living together. I left, and at the time I lived in Phoenix. So I moved from Las Vegas to live in Phoenix. I lived in Phoenix. And I was about to go to the club. I got all dressed, everything. And I told my friend, I think I need to take a pregnancy test just in case before I drink any more alcohol. Because at the time I was drinking, like socially, because I was always out. I was always drinking. So I took the test. I left, and I left to go back into my room to straighten my hair. And I came back, and it said pregnant.
Wow.
I was
so
pregnant.
How long between the first one and the second one? Like, what was the gap?
Like the test?
The test.
The test was literally a week before my period. So some of these tests say like 7 days, 6 days. I guess it didn't work for me because it said negative. And I took the test a day. My period was the 28th. I took it the 27th.
Yeah.
And I was pregnant. So I was like, wow. Like, okay. So me and my boyfriend just left each other. Like, he was still on a flight. My flight, I was coming from... Where was I coming? I was coming from... We were coming from Laughlin because we visited my mom. Mm-hmm. So we both flew from Las Vegas. So we had to drive to the Las Vegas airport. My flight is only like an hour because it's Phoenix.
Yeah.
He's Charlotte, so it's like 4.5 hours. He was still on the flight while I was... And the time difference, you know, there was a time difference as well. So I called him, but clearly he hadn't landed yet. And then...
Did you leave the news on the voicemail?
No.
Okay.
No, I didn't. I didn't want to tell. But the first person I told was my mom.
Yeah.
But as soon as I texted him, I was like, you need to call me ASAP. And he called me. And I was like, babe, like, I'm pregnant. And he didn't react how I wanted him to react. Like, I don't know. Because, you know, he has a daughter already. You know, she's 6. So I just thought he was going to be like, oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Like, okay. But my boyfriend, he's real mellow, real, you know, so... I don't know. So he was just like, okay. He's like, well, I guess he took it all in because we didn't think it would happen this quick. We honestly did not think it would happen one shot. Mm-hmm. So he took it all in, and he's like, babe, well, I'm going to come out there to your doctor's appointment. So you stay in Phoenix, and I'm going to come out there. Mm-hmm. I was like, okay. He's like, I'm going to call you when I get home, and we'll talk about things. Yeah. Well, he ain't called me when he got home. I think he was so tired he fell asleep. But I called my mom, like, crying. Like, I was like, oh, my gosh. Like, he's not even going to ever come out to Phoenix. Like, we live so far apart from each other. How is he going to make it to every appointment? My mom's like, Brie, calm down. Let him take it all in. I'm sure he'll call you tomorrow, and he'll talk about it.
Yeah.
So he called me tomorrow, and he's like...
Shout out to Mom.
I know. You know, she's like...
Held it down.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah.
She's always there. He called me. He called me the next day and says, Brie, I think you need to move down here.
Oh, wow.
So I was like, gosh, my mom is right.
Yeah.
You know? Like, okay. So, like, literally, like, when I say I packed my stuff, I only went to visit Phoenix one more time to ship everything else out. Mm-hmm. I literally sold furniture, everything. Mm-hmm. Like, it was hard because it was a clean start, you know what I mean? But it was my home. Like, Vegas is my home, but Phoenix, I had friends there. I established a home there. Like, it was home.
Yeah.
And Vegas isn't too far from Phoenix, you know? But it really hit me like I'm gonna be a mom.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna be a mom. Like I said, this was my partying time. So I literally, when I say I cut everything, like I even cut soda.
Wow.
Like, of course, I was not drinking alcohol, and I found out soon. Like I found out quick. Like my whole life completely changed. Like I knew like I wanted to be the best mom possible. My mom is a great mom, but there was things that she lacked as being a mom, and I learned from that. And she even says, I want you to be better than me.
Yeah.
You know, so I, like I said, I quit alcohol, quit soda, blah, blah, blah. My pregnancy came. Like, I documented everything. I was like one of those moms, like, oh, you blinked your eye. Like, I think you opened your eyes. You know what I mean? Obviously, I know they can't blink. They probably blink, but I can't see that.
Yeah.
But you know how they give you, like, the time frames
Yeah.
of when they do things. Like, your first kick. Like, I can feel them hiccuping.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, I'm going to be a mom. Like, so anyways, it hit me, like, 37 weeks. Like, the whole delivery thing did not hit me till then.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, there's no turning around. Like,
So how did that change, like, the reality of I say you're a mom when you're pregnant, right? I mean, because you just said, hey, you changed things that you were doing traditionally.
Yeah.
Probably hanging out, of course, what you intake, how you, I don't know how you thought, you know. I think thinking is...
I was protecting my baby.
Absolutely.
Like, there's people that go
it.
out until you show.
Yeah.
I couldn't even go out, even not showing, because I felt like you never know. Nowadays, there's fights, shootings in clubs. Like, what happens if something happened, God forbid, like I was at the club that day and there was a shooting and I'm running and I trip and fall.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about you. It's every man for themselves if something like that happens. So that's risking my child. Yeah. So you are a mom when you are pregnant. Absolutely. Because you think about your kid, and it was my first. And I always would get scared too, and I call my mom, like, Mom, is it normal to think about miscarriages? You know?
Yeah.
Even though but you know, it's my first time, I don't know. She's like, yes, Briona, it is. So she's like, you just have to think positive. So I'm like, okay, I'm thinking positive. I went and bought a crib at 3 months.
I love it.
I'm decorating the room, thinking positive. People are like, you're buying social media.
Yeah.
You're buying things too early. Like, you got too many diapers. You don't even know what size, this and this and this and that. Like, people try to tell you how to be a parent. I took it. I did what I wanted to do, how I wanted to do it. And let me tell you, I didn't need diapers for a whole year. So me stacking up on those diapers and my baby shower diapers, I did what I wanted to do.
You were good.
I felt like, yeah. But being a mom, like I said, at 37 weeks, it like hit me like I'm going to be a mom. But it was like, my boyfriend played football and I wanted him to be there for my delivery. So he had a game. When I'm supposed to be due, he had a game, and actually it was a West Coast game, so he had 2 games. So out of all the time, he had to stay there for a whole week.
Wow.
So I asked my doctor. My doctor's amazing.
Yeah.
I asked her, I said, can you induce me? She's like, we can only induce you at 39 weeks, which was perfect because 40 weeks is when I'm supposed to deliver. Supposed to. You never know. So she induced me at 39 weeks. My whole family was there, everything. I was so scared, though. I'm trying to fast forward. Like, my contractions hit. My boyfriend's in the room. He stayed with me. He was so supportive. He stayed with me the whole time. He slept on those itty bitty couches. You know, he's 6'6".
6'6",
so,
and on those hospital couches.
Oh, yes. He complained. Yeah. Like, oh, comfortable.
But at the same time, he was there, so that's all that matters.
Yeah, and I told him, I said, babe, go home and take a shower.
Yeah.
Go home. Like, I'm not, like, go home. Just go home real quick, take a shower. He went home, came right back, and all of a sudden, like, okay, my contractions are coming, and I'm like crying, and he was there, and he was like, girl, it doesn't even hurt. Why are you exaggerating? Well, I wanted to kill him. Like, what are you talking about? Like, these hurt. Like,
fellas, don't discount labor pain.
It hurts.
Yeah.
I kept yelling, epidural,
Yeah.
epidural, 6 centimeters. They come in with my epidural, and they said everyone has to leave, but Kelvin, he can stay. So he stayed with me. I knew that needle was going in, though, because I could see his face. Like, I don't know how long. I don't know how long.
Green?
Like, he just looked. Like, his eyes were like, so I knew, but I couldn't even feel the needle going in.
Oh, wow.
And my contractions were so bad that I couldn't feel the needle.
Yeah, the contractions pain versus needle pain is no comparison. No. I know a lot of people out there are scared of needles. I've had 2 births, one with an epidural and one naturally, so I know both sides of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the contraction pain, you cannot compare it to the needle pain.
No. Yeah. No, I couldn't feel the needle. All I knew is once I got there, I kept clicking the button. Yeah. They told me, like, you only get a certain amount. Yeah. You keep clicking the button. They know how many times you click the button. Yeah. I'm just clicking it, like, just click. All I know is I went to sleep because I couldn't feel no more pain. It was amazing. All I know is the doctor comes in and is like, I'm going to check you. She's like, you're at 10 centimeters. I'm like, what? All the doctors come, like, not doctors, but, nurses and everyone are coming in. It's time. Like, it's time, baby.
And this portion of SCSM Let's Talk Game is brought to you by BNR Records.
Yo, what is going on? I go by the name of Imrahim. I represent the 3 letters BNR Records, and right now you are now tuned in and ready to listen to my new record called Where You Been. Now available everywhere on all music streaming platforms. Let's get it.
Where you been? Boy, look like where you been. I told her I've been living. Told her try to get rich. Boy, look like where you been. Boy, look like where you been. I told her I've been living. Told her try to get rich. Boy, look like where you been. Boy, look like where you been. I told her I've been living. Told her I'm trying to get rich. Boy, look like where you been. Boy, look like where you been. I told her I've been living. Told her I'm trying to get rich. Boy, look like where you been. Boy, look like where you been. I told her I've been living. Told her try to get rich.
And that's where you've been for you guys, man. Do me a favor, follow me on Instagram at Imrahim. IMRAHEEME.
I'm pushing 30 minutes. It was like 32 minutes. That's it of pushing.
Yeah.
I didn't even feel like 32 minutes. But he came out. The umbilical cord was wrapped around his neck. The doctor did so great. She got it done, and I helped pull him out. Mm-hmm. So he was there. He was crying. People cry. I couldn't even cry. Like, I was like, oh my gosh. Like, I see him, and it was just, it's more of an accomplishment. Like, wow, like, he's really, really, really here. I'm really, really, really a mom. Like, not a mommy belly mommy, but I'm a mom.
So what's the biggest difference after Briona had, what's your son's name?
Kingston.
Uh-huh. What changed in you as a woman, as a mother? What changed?
I have a really bad attitude. And honestly, I still can have a bad attitude.
Yeah.
But I feel like my attitude changed with him. Mm-hmm. I have a lot more patience as well. My friends' kids used to cry, and I'd be like, oh my gosh, get your damn kid. Like, why you gonna holler? Like, now my baby crying, I'm like, oh, okay, he's just crying. He'll be all right. Like, now I see as a parent, like, how much patience I have. And there's still things. I still have road rage. Mm-hmm. And my mom always tells me, Brie, you have to work on that. You just never know, especially don't do it when your son's in the car.
Yeah.
Don't do it when you're in the car, but gosh, don't do it with your son. I have to work on that. But I have worked on so much. Like I said, I used to go to the club all the time. Mm-hmm. I used to drink. Like, I'm telling you, the people that's followed me on social media know when I say, like, club and drinking and me going out, that was, like, a big thing. I was in Vegas. Like, of course, I stopped doing that. I actually am a cleaner person. My clothes used to be all over the floor, which they still are. Yeah. But now that I have a son, I pick up things a lot more.
You have to, or it'll be like a tornado.
I have 2 kids.
Yeah.
No, my boyfriend.
Okay. So then So
it's like, oh, my house, it could be a mess because both of them together, Kelvin got video games, clothes, I got to do the laundry, Kingston got toys everywhere, everything. But I feel like I've definitely worked on a lot. I feel like a lot of people that are going to watch this know me as far as social media, so they've known that I've improved a lot.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but I still will cuss out somebody, so don't get it twisted.
Don't try it.
No, yes.
Don't try it.
No.
So you're an entrepreneur and a mom. Tell us, how do you manage that?
Oh,
you have your own lip gloss line.
Yes. It was a lot of work. It actually took me 2 years to actually, because I was trying to go through different companies, get samples. I wanted it my way, so that alone took a while, and I was still doing it while pregnant. But my pregnancy was really easy, so it kind of helped. Yeah. But after I got it, on the roll, it is hard. Business is hard. It's running a business is hard. Running a business by yourself. People probably think Brie has people working for her. I don't have nobody working for me. I do all this with a child. So when I had Kingston, I was breastfeeding. I breastfed for the first 3 to 4 months, and that was hard because I felt like, I still had to get the packages delivered. I still had to do all that. But at one time, breastfeeding, and then I put Kingston down while he's sleeping. I'm pumping. So I'm doing both and still trying to manage my business. I'm getting orders, and sometimes my orders were getting shipped out slower than how I used to ship out. But it was gosh, before that time I didn't know about private labels. I didn't know that USPS can come to your door and get your shipments. Yeah. So I was out there hauling ass. I put my baby, let alone getting a child ready to even get in a car. It's hard enough. So I would put my packages in first, get my son ready, put my son in, then I had to drive all the way to USPS. I'd actually go to the counter, have them do the labels, ship it, and then put my baby back in the car because you can't leave the baby in the car. So you got to take the whole entire car seat.
It's real.
Along with the package. So I had a book bag to help me take the packages in, and it was I had to do that more than sometimes I would do once a week. Sometimes I do twice a week because I also cared about, I want them to get out.
Yeah.
I don't want to wait.
Absolutely.
So I tried my best, and I'm still doing it till this day. It's easier now because my son is in daycare, but my son I take my son to daycare at like 10, 11, and I do pick him up around 3 to 4. I can't keep him in because I miss him so much. But so that time, it gives me more time now if I wanted to take my packages. But now I call USPS and they just come get the packages.
Yeah.
So it's much easier. I'm learning, and now I print the labels out and everything. So as time goes by, you learn new things, and it gets easier and easier.
You learn how to scale down. You learn how to make the process more efficient. Even applying what you learn in business to motherhood, you learn to be more efficient.
Yeah.
You have to be.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Because when I first had Kingston, you should have saw the bag that I would bring. Like my diaper bag, I would have so much stuff in it just hauling it around. I've learned, okay, now I keep diapers in the car, I keep the wipes in the car.
Yeah.
Like, all I gotta do is take my son and his sippy cup, and we're out. Like, I'm not hauling ass no more.
Shout out to the efficient moms.
Yes.
Holding down the business.
Yes.
Making it work.
It is hard. So I do give props to all the moms out there that do run their own business and take care of kids. And there's moms that have more than one kid. So
Absolutely.
definitely give the props. I'm thinking, like, I want another baby. And I'm thinking, like, oh my gosh, like, how can I do this? But you know what? You could do it.
You can do it.
You could do it. As soon as you pop another baby out, you'd be surprised. Mom's running around with 3 kids and stuff. You can do it. But another thing with me is too, I don't downplay this or anything like this with people that have nannies. But me myself, I don't want a nanny. I want to take care of my kids by myself, and I feel like too, if I got a nanny, I would rely on them.
Yeah.
I would rely on them. But some people need the help. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's why I say you don't know everyone's situation.
Right.
I know mine, and I know that I have enough time where I do want to be in my kid's life.
And be present.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know I would take advantage of it.
So how important is faith in terms of your evolution as a mother, being a rock for Kelvin, and then just running a business? I know you said there were times that you wanted to give up. Like, so how important is your faith in terms of fueling you to continue to have hope and keep doing what you're doing?
It's very, very important. Sometimes I'd be looking like, oh my gosh, God, how am I doing this? Like, it's so hard. Like my business, I've wanted to give up on, but I feel like God too sends people like my mom and says, Briona, you got to keep pushing.
Yeah.
You got to keep doing it. Don't drop your business. You work too hard for this. Sometimes I got to think in my head too, like, sometimes I need that talk. Like Kelvin tells me the same thing, Bri, like, come on now, like, but he says he don't say it like my mom. He's not more passionate like my mother. Kevin's like, girl, you better stop. Well, you ain't lazy. You better keep on going, like, And then I was looking at my son, and I was like, I gotta keep going. I gotta keep doing it. I gotta keep doing it. But it is hard. I heard like the hardest thing is too of balancing out your relationship and your child, because it's like you're always there. You always have to be there for your child.
Yeah.
You have to make time for your man.
Yeah.
Or you'll lose your relationship.
Yeah.
So it is hard. It is hard. Me and Kelvin do our date nights.
Yeah.
I think that's very, very, very important, because if we don't, I'm not saying we'll lose our relationship, but where's us time? It's always family time, but we still need me and him time.
Yeah.
But we've gotten through a lot. So God has definitely been there for sure.
That's awesome.
And I'm not quitting my business. I'm going to keep going.
Tell everyone the name of your company.
It's called Be True.
Okay.
Yes, and it's has an Instagram. It's b.truee, and you can also find it on my Instagram.
Yeah.
Briona_May, which is 3 E's. People are not gonna know how to spell my name, but you'll figure it out. But I'm doing lip gloss, and I'm gonna eventually do lipsticks, and I'm gonna move forward. But before I was trying to go too fast, and Kelvin told me focus on one thing. Focus on one thing and then go from there. Now, a lot of companies are very selfish with who their manufacturers, which I completely understand. When you put so much work into your business, no company is going to release their manufacturer.
Right.
But I'm willing to. Because I know that there's a lot. I'm honestly in a good place. I'm in a good situation. My boyfriend he makes great money. He's willing to help me, and it's like, I want to help other women as well. Obviously, yes, there is a fee. The fee is $250 to get my manufacturer, but that's nothing. If you're really wanting to start your business, like to get a manufacturer, that drops everything that you do. You don't have to find lip gloss, eyeshadow,
All of
skincare.
it.
It has everything.
Yeah.
So I'm now doing my women empowerment events and stuff like that to help other women that want to start their own businesses, just empowering women. I want to help. I don't want to.
I love it.
Yeah.
And that's what we need to be, more communal. And so, and speaking of that, I want to go back really quick because you have said a few times that a lot of people have watched you grow and evolve over Instagram. And so sometimes people, based on a picture, based on a video, they can create like a, have a misperception about you, right?
Oh, yes.
And many times it's because they want to or because they don't know any better, right? So what is the biggest misperception that you have heard about you, whether it be on social media, some of your followers? Like,
I've
what
heard
does that look
so
like?
much. I've heard I was going to be a bad mom before I was even a mom. People wish death on my baby. Because
Wow.
I have 311,000 followers.
Yeah.
So with that, you get a lot of people's opinions. A
Yeah.
lot. People told me I didn't even know who the baby's father was.
Wow.
Because I didn't post I did not post Kelvin until, actually, I think it was this year that I posted him. I believe it was this year. Maybe it was like end of last year, possibly. But we kept our relationship private.
Yeah.
And it was just for us. I wasn't keeping him a secret. We wanted to build our relationship. Kelvin is in the public's eye.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, no denying, I know my man was wild. I know his rookie year, he was doing crazy things, women left and right throwing themselves. I'm not stupid. I know how it goes. So I felt like women are so evil that they would try to ruin the relationship if I posted him too early. Like, I wanted me and him to establish us and get us together and put us out there before, get us together before I put us out there.
Yeah.
Because if a woman was to come to me earlier on in our relationship, I probably would have questioned him, yelled at him. Now a woman comes to me, I'm like, okay, that's old. What did you...
Yeah.
Like, a girl has came to me before and was like, oh, your man flew me out for a game. And she gave me the date and everything. We weren't even together.
Yeah.
So what was the point of that? I don't care.
Yeah.
Evil. People are so evil.
And that's what we talked about last episode, protecting your household, protecting your relationship. So just the same as you protected your baby when he was in your stomach and then after you give birth, I mean, the same level of protection. And it's crazy that this day and age you have to talk about it, but I mean, things that are near and dear and sacred to you, your relationship with God, your relationship with Kelvin, your relationship with Kingston, like those things are important. So you have to protect it.
Yeah, and if people see you happy, they want to ruin.
They want to sabotage
They want
it.
to ruin, especially social media. Social media can ruin your relationship. But you know what? I always say, a lot of people say social media. I want to say, I don't think social media can ruin your relationship. It depends how you and your significant other, how close you guys are. If you guys have a strong relationship, nothing can ruin your relationship. Nothing. Anybody throws things at you, nothing can ruin it. If girls were to come at me in DMs talking about my man, you can't tell me nothing about my man.
Yeah.
You honestly can't. You can't trust anything either.
Yeah.
So unless you guys have some foolproof videos and all
she don't want to hear it.
I don't want to hear it. I don't care.
Yeah. I love it.
And I think social media also has made me grow as well because so many women and men are so rude and I hear everything. There's nothing I haven't heard. So if somebody was to call me a ugly bee today, I'd be like, okay.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care. So it's actually made me stronger. It has. It made me really be able to deal with a lot of things, but a lot of people aren't like that. People will commit suicide over social media.
Yeah.
But I feel like I'm so strong, none of that phases me. None of that.
And so you're mentally stronger. You're spiritually stronger and you're physically stronger. I recently read that before you had Kingston, before you got pregnant, you were in the 120s, and now your weight is you're curvier.
Yes.
But I mean, you feel good. So what was post baby workout? What did that look like?
Okay, so let me just tell you about my whole weight because I've had a problem with my weight. People probably think oh, she's never had a problem with their weight. It started in high school. I was 103 and I went on birth control and I got to 143 on Depo, the shot. Oh my gosh, I can't tell you how miserable I was. I was so insecure. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so fat. It was bad. It was bad. So for me to be, I was 123 before my baby. And then I got to 160 with him. And then I dropped down to 132. And then now, now I'm 147.
Okay.
So I'm the heaviest I've ever been, even before birth control. And I honestly never thought I would say I love my weight.
Yeah, you look good.
Thank you. I love it. Yes, I want to tone up. I mean, everybody, no matter what weight you are, a woman is always going to see improvements, things that she wants to improve. But I never would think at 147 I'd be like, oh my gosh, I look good. But again, I want to tone up and stuff like that. But it took me a while to love myself too. And working out, I've actually gained to love it. I used to hate it.
What's your favorite workouts?
I actually do Orange Theory.
Okay.
I don't know if you've heard of that.
Shout out to Orange Theory.
Yes.
We actually did, hey, talk about randomness. I'm wearing this shirt. So they partnered with SCSM and Reps for Hope in our cause to raise money and awareness for child hunger in 2016. So going to circle back with them soon and do some initiatives. And maybe we can do it together.
Yeah, definitely. Just let me know.
Yeah.
Because I used to do a workout group here too, like for Charlotte, for women. The thing is, it's about consistency. A lot of times you'll go and you'll stop, which I understand because I've went for a straight month and stopped. But you have to be consistent. So the group was big and it started getting, you could just tell people are starting to not want to come because, I mean, I get it. I understand. You get lazy and you don't want to work out.
And you get busy.
Yeah, you do.
Building businesses.
Yeah, you do. Definitely.
And being mamas. Yeah.
But I've definitely, after I had a baby, I actually started working out right after him. So
awesome.
Literally, like I couldn't lift weights or anything like that, but I did what I could do.
Yeah.
And then I stopped for a while. And then now I do Orange Theory. And I guess I like the type of workout that is a group workout. It's not necessarily a group, but it's kind of a group. And then I have like a little trainer.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that actually motivates me to go in because everyone in that room has a goal. Everyone in that room either wants to get smaller, bigger, toner. You all have one thing that you're working on. So, I love it.
That's awesome.
Yep. And then I do yoga.
I love yoga.
Oh, me too.
Hot yoga?
Hot yoga. I have to do hot yoga. It makes me feel like I'm actually really doing something.
See, I like you.
Yeah.
I like you. Hey, we're going to do a rapid round really quick. I'm just going to ask you a few questions and you tell me, hey, one word. East Coast, West Coast?
West Coast.
Heels or pumps?
Heels.
Pizza or seafood?
Oh my gosh, really? I have to choose one? Oh gosh. Seafood.
Okay. Favorite travel spot?
Jamaica.
Love it. Hopefully I'll be going there for my birthday in June.
I love Jamaica.
Yeah.
My boyfriend is actually part Jamaican.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, so we love it.
Okay.
Yes.
Briona May, check her out on Instagram. This is another episode of Let's Talk Game with SCSM Radio. Tell everyone your Instagram, even though you said they might not remember it.
I'll spell it. So it's Briona, Briona, and then underscore May, M as in Mary, A, and then 3 E's.
You got that? I hope you all got it. And be sure to check us out on Instagram as well, SCSM Sports, and all social media platforms is SCSM Sports, as well as Spotify and on iTunes. Thank you.